And hello to everyone, and welcome to the last chance qualifier for Team TRN for this year's NR2003 Big One. Got 4 drivers already confirmed for Team TRN to go through to the main event, and of course, best of luck to those drivers. They are Cody Reynolds, Ben Crouch, Alex Lozano, and Scott Upton. First, rooting for you guys to get this thing done. But we still got one more spot to fill. And 11 drivers with a shot at that final spot. In this LCQ, last chance qualifier, 20 laps here at Pensacola. Figure it out, and at the conclusion of those 20 laps, the winner will be the final spot to go through. So best of luck to all of these drivers. And they consist of the following: Nick Kennedy and Michael Cantor in the front row, a couple of TRN veterans. Ethan Fraser and Will Seville, a couple of TRN rookies, however. And good friends of mine, though. Jonas Gargo and Brandon Gomez, a couple more veterans. David Miller and Mitch Brett. John Green and Zach Winkle, and then Landon Smith Jr. Again, all 11 of these drivers with a good shot. I just got done recording things for Team WRLA, so I have a rough idea of what to expect. So we'll see if the same thing happens. Of course, I won't spoil anything, so edit this out, please. But I will just say that it should be pretty darn exciting if it does anything like this. So we'll find out. 11 drivers, 20 laps. Winner takes all. Again, will be the final spot to represent Team TRN. But of course, I'm here to say thank you to everyone who signed up for Team TRN this year. Thank you to everyone who signed up for the NR2003 Big One in general. And when you think about it, we have over 100 drivers, I think 120 throughout all the leagues that are racing in this. 120 different people running in the big one this year. It's always a cool deal to see that and to see that it's still going strong. And I thank you to everyone who signed up. Thank you to everyone who partook in this, especially major thank you and shout out to Nathan Stapleton and the NIRA who are putting this on. I'm honored to be a part of it, of course. But of course, rooting for Team TRN here, looking to get it done. But hey, we still got one more driver to represent us, and that's what we're going to find out here today. So, without any further ado, enough of the gushy stuff. Let's get this thing going. 20 laps at Pensacola. Winner takes all.
Drivers, start your engines!
So the 75 and 72 on the front row, then the 88 and the 80. The 83, or excuse me, the 82 and the 81, then the 83 and 85. 74 and 77, and the 73. Of course, all these drivers with a shot. Because with this being a super speedway and the racing the way that it is, 20 laps is plenty long enough that where you're qualified really is not going to mean anything. So we'll see how these drivers play out. I'm just going to adjust myself, get a bit more comfortable. It's currently 11 p.m. as of when I'm recording this. But they should still be a good deal anyway. Pace car is in. I'm excited for this one. Who will transfer in for the final transfer position? Let's find out right now. Bull moved further back out of the 74 of John Grade. Making it 3 wide pretty much instantly But it's already working for him. He's coming up toward the front almost immediately. He's already pushing Noah Descartes to the potential race lead underneath of the 88 and the 75. And just like that, from 9th to 2nd is John Greed. But Noah Descartes with the lead. There's a good mix of long-time TRN drivers as well as some new faces, which is always cool to see. And just a little disclaimer here though, with there being 11 drivers, it is possible that we could see a crash. But if we do, it is realistic damage, but cautions disabled. So if they wreck, we'll keep going. Landon Smith from last in a lap and a half already coming up to the race lead. He's got Zach Winkle behind him. Well, was behind him now, is below him. And Mitch Brett right there in the 85. Trying to take the lead away as well. I mean, you're not going to see any holds barred here. Everyone just going flat out. Balls to the wall, go for it. Because it's win or go home. It's a win or bust. And now Mitch Brett's underneath the 77. Brandon Gomez is behind him in the 81. Now looking to the inside. Not much help from John Greed though, so this should be interesting. The 77 with a little more help from Haley Miller in that 83. Of course, if Haley Miller were to transfer through, that would mean that both of the Red Bull cars will transfer through, which would be pretty interesting. Alex Lozano driving the other one, car number 84, which of course he got in the second heat last week. Of course, a little biased for seeing Haley Miller potentially get through in this thing for obvious reasons if you've been around as of the last several months. And for right now, she's a little further back. It is Brandon Gomez in the lead. John Greed looking to get it done. Nick Kennedy thought about making it 3 wide. Looks like he's going to help Greed instead. But Landon Smith with a good run, and man, nearly getting into the door of the 75. Michael Canto looked like he was going to try and make it 3 wide, or 4 wide rather, in the 72. Of course, Michael Canto, very, very long time driver here in TRN. Of course, you always think back to the first season of the NCCS when it was an NR thing. And you think of the heartbreak that happened then. Of course, we've been around long enough that those races unfortunately no longer exist, and I still regret that to this day. But of course, Michael Canto, he knows how to get it done. He's got plenty of wins to his name, but now he's all by himself out there. Zach Winkle and Ethan Freitas coming up here, and there's Haley Miller in the 83. Mitch Brett's right there with her though. And single file. How about that? Of course, you knew that someone was going to make that move. It's going to be Ethan Freitas. Mitch Bretz goes with him. Haley Miller might have a shot at going up the middle if she wants to. She will think better of it. Lilith DeVille behind her. The 2 ladies in this race. The 83 and the 80. But I think it's pretty calm. I'm actually pretty surprised. But at the same time, that's probably what you want to see at this point in the race. Of course, once I say we go 3 wide. 4 wide. Winkle and Brett's dropping back. Descartes go with a bold move under Kennedy. So far, the veterans of TRN have been up at the front for the most part. Gomez and Descargo, a couple of veterans themselves. John Greed, someone that I know from the online side of racing. Of course, shout out to him. Hope all is well. Good seeing him here in the offline side of things. But the 72 of Michael Canto is looking to spoil that party. Haley Miller looking to go even lower. Not as much help. Can she get her nose under there? She will. Lilith DeVille with her and Ethan Freitas. Those three, the 83, the 80, and the 88. All good friends. And now they're all nose to tail. Miller, a great run underneath the Descargo. But it's still only lap 8, 13 laps to go. A long way at a track of this size. Might see 4 wide again. Zach Winkle on the inside. Ethan Freitas in that mix. Michael Canto on the worst end of that. He's going to fall all the way to the rear. I can tell you right now that when you fall that far back, you can actually make up ground pretty quickly. So I would expect to see him maybe mixing it up toward the front in not too long. Despite dropping back, is Haley Miller looking for the race lead. Can she clear Descargo? Looks like she maybe. Looks like she will. Descargo, a great power run on the outside. And outside lane, he gets some really good runs off of turn 4, especially. Turn 2, it's not as strong. But Descargo hung out. And Zach Winkle to the front. 2 laps from halfway. Of course, Zach Winkle, somewhat of a rookie at TRN, but he's been around the block in a few leagues. I know that. He's been in the NIRA for a bit. Just kind of hear his name floating around, so good having him here in TRN. Of course, dropping back at the moment. Finally get some help from Ethan Freitas, the 88. But Mitch Bretz to the point. In the 85, at this point we're seeing a lot of shuffling for the lead. John Greed trying to get underneath the 72 car. And he will do so. Now it's Kennedy who's going to drop way back. He might be able to get in front of the 77 if he so chooses. And he will. And Mitch Brent's another veteran in TRN. Driving the Kool-Aid car. Oh yeah. You knew I had to do that. But man, look at that run from Landon Smith. A massive push from Noah Descargo. It's going to get him to the inside of the 85. Golly, what a run. Halfway this time in the LCQ. A good push to the 85 on the outside. He will lead the lap. Nearly 4 wide again. Might see 4 wide if Kennedy forces it, and he will. Lilith DeVille, Brandon Gomez. Not in a good position, but they are all helping each other. Ooh, this could get dangerous. I think if you're the 74, you might just want to let the 80 in line there, but they settle it down. The outside with more cars. But Kennedy with a great run on the inside of the 75. Zach Winkle thought about it. It settles back in line. Man, a lot of movement there. In terms of positions. Holy smokes. It's some great racing. We've seen bits of single file and bits of 3-4 wide. John Greed looking pretty aggressive as he looks underneath the 72 and 77. What kind of a run could Michael Canto get here? Because there's not much link up there on the inside. We'll see what Canto might be able to do. Looks like he might try to get behind the 75. That's not quite going to work. John Greed, though. Good run. He gets to the inside with Lilith DeVille behind him. No discard go. Again, the inside lane you're seeing is definitely dominant. The outside lane, if all goes right, it can definitely work out. Here comes Kennedy once again. Brandon Gomez, the pusher in that 81. And might see 4 wide again. Freitas with the big move. 8 laps remaining in the LCQ. No discard go. Going to get out of that. Looks like Gomez is going to lose out the most. But again, at least they settle it down, because a lot of super speedways tend to have a, what you could call like a squeeze point, where a lot of the wrecks definitely happen. Oh my gosh, that was close. I was going to say, it's normally the max straightaway. With the 73 and the 88 nearly blocking doors there, that would have been a disaster if they had ended up crashing. And now 7 laps to go this time. Really close there for the race lead. Kennedy held on to it. Can he clear the 74? Looks like he will. Oh, easily. A little bit of an allergy attack for me at the moment, so I apologize for my sniffling. Kennedy and Brett, first and second. Zach Winkle's been looking pretty solid, though. He's going to help the 85 to the inside. Might make the move himself. There he goes. Brandon Gomez trying to get underneath the 83. Can't quite do it. Taking 6 laps to go in the TRN LCQ. Discard go, trying to get underneath the 72. 72 going to get underneath the 81. And again, now this is where you're starting to think, like, where do I want to be? Do I want to be leading at this point? Do I want to maybe be at the back so then I can cycle toward the front? They've settled it down for now. Haley Miller takes the lead. Ahead of Gomez. Michael Canto. Open discard go. Here comes the 81. But no help. 72 goes up to try to, I guess, side draft him or something there. Or maybe that was a tactical move. Kind of like what I was saying. If you don't want to be leading at this point, maybe you want to be leading later on. So that could be a tactic with how this racing has been shaken up. 5 laps to go. Discard go to the leader, 3 wide for second. Landon Smith has been making some of the biggest moves of this entire race. But right now it's working for him. He is second. Wouldn't be surprised if he makes a move for the lead here. There he goes. Kennedy behind him. Brandon Gomez has also been looking really strong throughout the course of this one. And now it's Landon Smith to lead. Taking 4 laps to go this time by John Greed in the 74. Now third. 81 sticking with the 73. Trying to stay ahead of the 74. Not going to be able to do it. So now that's going to leave a bit of a gap for the 73. That could give a massive run to John Greed and those behind him. I wouldn't be surprised if John Greed goes ahead and takes advantage of that. Looks like he will. Scattering a little bit behind him. As Mitch Bretz gets underneath the 77. Might go 4 wide again. Lilith DeVille thought of it. Was not able to commit. 3 laps to go now. Where do you want to be? What is the best position to be in? I don't know if John Greed is really in the best spot right now. But if all goes his way, of course, you know that just trying to hold and defend the lead is going to be the best way to bring it home. That's what he's trying to do. Lilith DeVille now second. On the inside line. But if she tries to go for the lead, of course they could open the door for Freitas or Kennedy. Or Freitas tries to make the move himself, which it looks like he is. There goes Kennedy. That's going to leave the 88 hanging out in the middle. But the 77 goes with him. Canto with the making another line work. And 4 wide once again. John Greed is liking that. But Kennedy a little bit lower. Oh, man. I think that Kennedy's going to be able to get him here. He's going to have a little bit more help. Taking 2 laps to go. Miller going down there with Gomez. Gomez might make it 4 wide, and he will. He's not able to get down there. So Kennedy now into the position. A lap and a half to go. But I don't know. Is Kennedy really in the best spot right now? Or is Miller, Gomez, maybe Landon Smith? Here comes Gomez. Not able to get there yet. Haley Miller with the lead. Coming to the white flag. Mitch Brett's coming up on the 81. Does he help the 81? No, he's going to look to make the move himself. I mean, it's go time now. It's now or never. Gomez stays ahead of the 85. We got Miller and then 2 veterans behind her in the 81 and the 85. Ooh, the 85 with a decent run. If he gets below the 81, that might really help the 83. But the 85 with a big run, though. Can he make it happen? Zach Winkle with a desperate move underneath them. 3 wide. Haley Miller just got to defend now. Or can Winkle get a big enough run? Coming off in turn number 4. Winkle diving down low. But Haley Miller's going to advance. Through the LCQ. Yes. That's the stuff right there. That was some great racing. But Haley Miller's going to advance into the main event. Man, some good racing. But you could tell that guys like Mitch Brett, Zach Winkle, they were like, you know, I have to go now. If I don't go, then I'm not going to have a shot. But at the end of the day, that helped the 83. And now both the Red Bull cars are in, and Haley Miller. That's the stuff. Again, if y'all have been following the last few months, you'll probably know exactly why I feel, or I'm acting a little biased. For those who don't know, just know that my normal racer persona is Andrew Miller, and that is Haley Miller. I will let you connect the dots on that one. So Haley Miller will now join Scott Upton, Ben Crouch, Cody Reynolds, and Alex Lozano to represent Team TRN in the NR2003 Big One 2020. Again, a massive shout out to everyone who signed up for Team TRN. I appreciate you guys letting me know. I'm sure as time goes on, we'll find some time for some races. I mean, I'm back to work now, so time is limited, very limited. Along with just life in general, and looking to hopefully move out on my own in the next maybe 6 months or so. Just crossed real quick on that, so. But I really do appreciate all of you for coming by and doing this. I appreciate Nick Stapleton for letting me be a part of this thing. And yeah, good, really good deal. And again, really appreciate all of you for being with me throughout the entirety of TRN. I mean, it sounds like the talk about TRN is done. No, it's not. Definitely want to do some other races at some point or another. For right now, though, congrats to all 5 drivers who will be representing Team TRN in the big one. I'm excited. Hope you're all excited too. Stay tuned for that. And good luck, of course, to everyone. Of course, to everyone at TRN. Let's do this thing. Let's go get it. On that note, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you all for signing up. Thank you all for being a part of the show, the offline community. So, stay safe, take care, and bye for now.